Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Basu and Intraday Guide, which is a channel to educate people on the unconventional training methods, especially intraday trading. So as I got a long weekend and I just thought of utilizing it by just creating one more video for you, which is a very important, very basic indicator. So I just thought of making this video, so we'll go through this. Before that, as usual, we'll go through the disclaimer. All the content provided in this video is solely for general interest and educational purpose only. All viewers should seek the expert opinion before acting on anything shown in this material. All the information provided here is solely my personal view, and I'm not responsible for any miscommunication or any misinformation or any other problems arised by this video. Okay, so with that, let's start the session. So when talking to various people, so nowadays I'm getting the only question like, sir, when do I enter a stock? So I'm not getting the entry point, and whatever the whenever I enter, my stop loss is getting hit. So how to avoid this? And one is that. The second one is again a kind of big question from the people, wherein they are, so which indicator should I use? Whether it is candlestick 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or it is or is it a Heikin-Ashi or other indicators like a parabolic, Bollinger, Ichimoku, RSI, MACD, Fibonacci, or whatnot. Relax, guys. So if you are strict with any one basic rule, then there is no need of any of these kind of advanced indicators. So we are just making our life complicated by following n number of indicators. So believe me, stock market is not that difficult or not that complex as we are thinking. So if we are really stuck to with one simple funda, then or one simple theory or indicator, then you can become a huge success in market, and also you can earn a large amount of money. Okay. So yeah, with that, let's quickly jump into the main section here, which is ATP. Probably many of you might have heard. Then uh, you might have heard about this, but I'm sure that nobody worries about this factor. But trust me, guys, if you follow this for like a maybe for few days, then probably you will automatically understand the importance of this one. So only having with this indicator, you you are really you really don't need any other indicator as such. So if you strictly follow to this particular theory or indicator. So yeah, okay, so further no with no further delay, let's start, let's jump into directly the topic, um, or with the graphs only, which was yesterday's graphs. So we'll just go through that, and we'll just show you what exactly is ATP and how it works. So ATP is nothing but it's an updated kind of indicator of moving average. So generally in the moving average, it is only the uh, price will be considered, but in ATP, price action with volume will be considered, and that's why it is kind of very important, very important indicator. And it will be continuously updating as per the volume traded and as per the price traded throughout the day. I mean, not continuously, not like a price movement, but it will be getting updated in like 10 to 15 minutes of time, so throughout the day. Okay, so with that, so let's start with a few of the graphs of yesterday's, and therein you will come to know exactly the importance of this ATP, how exactly it works. So you can see this. The first one I'm going with. You can see this Arvind. Okay, so this is a daily chart of yesterday's, yesterday in the sense last Friday's, 13th July. So you can see this. The market opened somewhere here and it started falling, 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 and it fell like somewhere here, and it started trying to rebound. So you can see this. So from here, again it didn't cross, so it just went down again, and from there it tried again going up but didn't succeed. So what I'm trying to say here is, whatever the line you are seeing here, this is the ATP. So probably by this you might have come to know what exactly I'm trying to say here. Yes, you are right. So whenever the stock is below the ATP line, then there is a high tendency of it not crossing that line. So you can see this. Um, so let me draw this. So you can see when the stock is falling initially, it tries to cross here, somewhere here, but it got failed, and again it came near to that line, it got failed here. So again two times here in this small interval it came to cross that, but it failed, and thereafter you can see that then the share never got up after that. Okay, so if the share is trading below that ATP, it is going to be a sell, and the main learning from this tutorial is, when the share is moving down and it is trying to come up at around this range, around the ATP, then you can short sell it. Okay, so generally the mistake what we do is, when we see the stock is falling from here, so when it comes to here, we feel that the move is still available, and we will short sell at this point. So this point meaning this day end, almost here. So then what happens is, we'll keep a stop loss like somewhere around here, and the problem is, the stop loss which is kept around at this price will get hit automatically, and we say that the stock came just to eat my stop loss. That is totally wrong. So the thing is, our entry levels are very wrong, and hence it is eating the stop loss. So if we are clever enough to just to wait for the market to rebound, and to enter the stock at the right level, then there is a very less chances of you being in loss. Okay, so this was the first one, Arvind. So this is all the data. What I'm showing here is all of like a Friday's data, just yesterday's data, or day before yesterday data. Okay, so with that, let's go to one more stock, which is Tata Motors. The same case, you can see this. So it started falling from the falling from the day start itself. So see this, it came down, it came down, it came down, and after making a low here, it started to move up. Okay, so you can see this, even though it crossed a TP line, see how much far it had went. So it is hardly like few points, I mean few decimals. So that is always negligible. So you can see this again. So this is one time, and you can see this second time. So again it tried to cross that, but it failed. So immediately after failing, now see the result, what happened. So how it fell off. So it never, after that it never went near to that. It started just a one-sided movement from there. Okay, so here again I will talk about that stop loss thing, what I said earlier. So generally in this case, what you will do is, you will try to enter somewhere here, see somewhere here, assuming that it will be having a still fall. Then what you will do is, you will keep a stop loss around here, around this point, which will get hit automatically. Obviously, so if you are short sell it somewhere here, then you would have been profit, but instead of profit, you again lost the trade. Okay, so uh, what I mean to say is, always you have to, when you're in the falling share, when it goes towards this ATP, then you can short sell it from that point. Okay, so yeah, the Tata Motors is done. Let's quickly go through the one more thing. So it is about the buying Reliance. So you can see this. So it started initially, and it made a high of here, somewhere here, and you can see, so this again, this I have, this Reliance chart I have just added, just to tell you, like, there might be exceptions also. So you can see this, just to fool the people, what it is. So it came below this ATP and just went a bit, and then again it went above this ATP. So you can see this again it tried to go down, but it didn't happen, and after this you can see it started moving up. So here it moved up, and from there again it tried to see here, it tried to uh, break the ATP, got failed, break the ATP here, got failed, and here also a couple of times it got failed, and after that it moved up. So once that is done, so like and so once that is trading above that, with this movement, right, from so even if you are catching somewhere here, somewhere at this point, you will be getting almost this day high, so which is like almost 1%, so which is a very good intraday profit of 1%. Okay, so this is about Reliance. So let's go through one more, Jet Airways. So you can see the beauty here. Reliance, see Jet Airways again did the same thing. It dropped, and it tried to cross the ATP. See that exactly it is touching there, and it got failed. And so here a couple of times it got failed, and see the last one, it tried and failed. From there you can see the result. What happened to the share? It just closed at the day low. Okay, so this is Jet, and the next one is HDFC. So again the same thing, but it is on the upper side. So you can see this. It tried to it moved up in the initial stage, but it tried to cross ATP on the below side here, but it got failed. From there you can see it started moving up, and along with that you can see ATP also is moving up as the price and volume is moving up. And you can see one more thing here. Again it tried to cut the ATP around this time, but it failed again, and hence you can see the result. The stock closed at a day high. Okay, so I think these are like a very few examples out of like a number of shares. So if you can really sit and find out, probably will understand the importance of this, and the behavior of the stocks with this particular indicator. I personally trade it, and many people ask my trading my trading secret. So this is one of the things wherein if I don't track any of the shares, and if you ask me to trade any share at any point of time, I generally go with this ATP. So this is a very good indicator if you want to really enter at any point of time. Okay, so with that, I just want to mention one thing, important thing here. Generally, ATP should be uh, applied, or you should trade this in a trending market or in a trending shares. So it should not be applied to a uh, kind of very volatile shares, which will be will be moving in a horrible way. So generally if you find any share which is trending, then you can apply this rule to that. So there is a very less chance of it going below that ATP when you are buying, and similarly you are selling. So there are very less chances of it breaking it on the higher side. Okay, and now with that, another important thing. So assume that in this case, as it is showing up buying mode, you have entered somewhere near this ATP. Can I draw a line here? Okay, so doesn't matter. So assume that you are just buying somewhere here. Okay, and it didn't go below that, so you are buying somewhere here, and the next thing will come to your mind. So what will be the stop loss? Very important thing. So from this line you can take a stop loss of 0.66. 0.66 percentage should be your stop loss point from that point. So in worst case, if the trend is really if the trend is really completed, and if it tries to go down, then it should be like 0.66 percentage should be your stop loss, so that you are in so that you are playing safe. Okay, so with that mm, yeah, with that, let me conclude this video. But again, I just want to quickly go through what we talked here. So ATP is average traded price, and yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention here. It is also called as VWAP, volume weighted average price. So both are the same. ATP and VWAP are one and the same. Okay, so in a trending market or in a trending share, so if the trade is if the share is going on the higher side, buy side, so when it retraces back to the ATP level, then you can buy it with a stop loss of 0.66 on the downside. So similarly on the negative market, so you can short sell it with a stop loss of 0.66 from that particular point. Okay, so yeah, with that, I just want to conclude one more time saying that don't get confused yourself with using n number of indicators. So just follow only one indicator, which is like a which is kind of I mean, after using that indicator for a number of times, you will master that, and you don't need any other indicator as such. And trust me, guys, this ATP. So if you follow this thoroughly, it will change your life for sure. For sure, it will change your trading style, and there are 90% chances that you become a successful trader, provided if you strictly follow this ATP. Okay, so with that, let me conclude the video. Thank you again. So please, after watching the video, please share this, like this video, and share it to all your groups, so that all the new members in the market, let's take the advantage of this theory. Okay, thank you again. Bye bye.